Welcome to this new video. This is going to be a recap for most of us, but for the new subscribers, and welcome to the new subscribers, this might be informative. We're going to go to a viewer comment. It says, Semites in Africa. Ham got Africa and got cursed. Let's recap this to see, is it true that Ham got Africa? And we're going to read from the work of Josephus. It's called The Antiquity of the Jews. So it says here, for of the 4 sons of Ham, time has not at all heard the name of Kush, or Kush, for the Ethiopians over whom he reigned, and even at this day, both by themselves and by all men in Asia, called Kushites. Let's go to a map for Ethiopia. Now this is the modern day country of Ethiopia, so we're in East Africa, but if we go back in time, we can look at different maps that might show Kush in a different region, coming more to the modern day countries of Sudan, and the influence of Kush both sides of the Red Sea, even going into the modern day country of Yemen, but in the ancient world that was known as the Kingdom of Sheba. Let's go to the next son of Ham, Mizraim. So it says, the memory also of the Mizrites is preserved in their name. For all we who inhabit this country of Judea call Egypt Mestra, and the Egyptians Mesrains. So for Mizraim, received the country of Egypt. So we know this territory. So for Kush and Mizraim, we're thinking northeast Africa, but also going to the other side of the Red Sea. This is the Red Sea here, if you can see my cursor. Okay, let's carry on. Phut, another son of Ham. Phut also was the founder of Libya and called the inhabitants Phutites from himself. There is also a river in the country of Moors which bears that name, whence it is that we may see the greatest part of the Grecian historiographers, mention that river and the adjoining country by the appellation of Phut. But the name it has now has been by change given it from one of okay, that's quite difficult to read. Given it from one of the sons of Mizraim, who was called Libyos. So according to Josephus, the country that we know as Libya was actually named after a son of Mizraim. So this territory here for Libya, the modern day country, as we go back in time, the borders of these territories that we're looking at may have looked very different, but we're just working with the modern countries. And if we think about what we've done so far for the sons of Ham, Kush, Mizraim, and Phut, and go to a map that shows this, this would be the territory that we are looking at for the 3 sons of Ham. And we could say northeast Africa. Now the last son of Ham, Canaan, we're going to read from the book of Jubilees. So we use different sources on this channel to try and get to the truth. And I'm just going to read this part here for Canaan. And he went not into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is, to the sea. And if we click on this footnotes, it tells us northwest Africa for his true inheritance. So according to the book of Jubilees, the true inheritance for Canaan was northwest Africa. And I want to use a map. What we're using here is what's called, or what's known as the Maghreb. So let me just tell you what that is. Okay, so Maghreb means the place where the sun sets. And the region comprises Western and Central North Africa, including the countries Algeria, Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, and Tunisia. So if we can leave out Libya, because we've already covered that for Phut, we can see the territories or the countries that may have comprised the land of Canaan. But not the land of Canaan that we know, but the territory that he was supposed to dwell. So let me just speak about this quickly because this is important, and this is where you can say the controversy comes in, because that might have sounded a bit confusing. So the land of Judea was known as Canaan. And what it's saying here is the true inheritance for Canaan was supposed to be northwest Africa. So this region, but according to the book of Jubilees, Canaan didn't like that land and he chose to go live in the land of Shem. And then that is where the controversy comes in. Where is the land of Shem? Because if we go back to the question or the comments, I think what the viewer is trying to say is there really Semites in Africa? Because Ham got Africa. But if we think about that, just recap how we have Kush for Ethiopia, we have Mizraim for Egypt, Phut for Libya, and then we look at that all combined, we can see that that doesn't comprise the whole continent. It's not telling the whole story. And what about Canaan? The book of Jubilees is saying that Canaan was supposed to go into this region, which we're using this map of the Maghreb to try to show that. But Canaan didn't go into this region, went into the land of Shem, and that's where the controversy is, because where is the true land of Shem? So that's just a bit of a recap. Let me know if that all made sense for those that have watched for a while. And if you are new to this, if you have any questions about that, feel free to send us a comment, and then we can try look at those questions or those comments. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully we'll see you in a future video.